How's it going, everyone? This is Jonathan Marshall, and I am here to let you guys know, due to our new publishing schedule, we're releasing The Sun Goes Down with a Ruby Smile. Prior to this was Patreon content. Episode 1 had already been released to you guys a long time ago. I don't know if you remember it, but we're releasing it again, okay, in tandem with Episode 2. For the first time. So you can either listen to this one and get a refresher going forward, or you can go ahead and skip over it and go right to episode 2, which should be fresh. So here we go. Enjoy.
Welcome, everyone, to the Natty 19 podcast. Tonight is going to be a little bit different than normal. We're going to run a one-shot adventure with myself, James Swain, putting on the DM hat. And I just gotta say, my goal as DM tonight and every night is a great time for everyone. So if I'm terrible at this, fear not, it's only a one-shot. Quick note for you guys at the table here and all the listeners. This story has taken place about 10 years prior to our main Tomb of Annihilation storyline we're currently running, but it is its own standalone adventure. So if this is your first time listening to the Natty 19 podcast, we welcome you. It's a great place to start. Or if you're a long-time listener, you might hear some familiar names and places. I've been prepping on this for a long time, and I'm super excited to get going. So let's do this.
Long days and pleasant nights.
Charlie, hit the music. Charlie, hit the music.
This one?
I would like to welcome everyone to the adventure. The Sun Goes Down with a Ruby Smile. Written by Remley Farr. And once again, I'll be your DM. You can find me in the Twitterverse at SwayJaw138. And played by the wonderful Natty 19 crew. So say hello, you street urchins.
Hello.
Hello.
Hell.
We'll get the proper introductions in just a moment.
I'm excited.
I'm pretty excited. I'm
pretty
wondering,
excited.
there's something on the table that we haven't seen before.
What is this? It looks like a salad bowl of sorts.
Oh, yeah, on the table.
No, the
candy dish?
In the middle of the table, we have the inspiration well. So what we got going on here is, instead of me handing out inspiration to you guys, what we're going to do is in this inspiration well, there's 3 D20s that you guys can use at any point in time that you want for, the same use of an inspiration. So you can use it for advantage or disadvantage on me, but the catch is, when you use it, I get it. And then I can reuse it for my monsters.
Oh, so it's like a trade-off.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. I
So
like
there's
that.
3 of them in the bowl, and as you use them, I get them, and as I use them, they go back in the bowl.
Gotcha. That's not a bad way. How come you kept that to yourself?
Because it's a neat surprise.
I think we should just use them right at the end when the monsters
I'm going to blow
almost
through them
dead.
right now. We ain't even starting. I want to blow through
I'm
them.
going to have to slap his hand.
There are candles all around the dish, so we can't even reach for those.
That's true. They're much taller candles than the actual dish.
I figured this is just a good arena for us to try new rules that we want to try or
Burn
anything
our
like
wrists when we try to get to them.
that. But all right, are we ready to get into this proper?
We are.
Let's set the scene. Athkatla, the city of coin, the capital of Om, a city where the streets are paved with gold and the waters run thick with wine. So you were led to believe. But this, like many tales, was of course untrue. The dock district and slums you had the pleasure of staying at the last few nights was as poor and rife with crime as any place you had ever witnessed, up or down the Sword Coast. But now, cutting across the open waters, you turn to watch the city fade beyond the horizon, gone like a bad dream. And you hear Captain Tommen's voice rise up above the waves. Full sail! More than bless us, we shall see the lights of Baldur's Gate before mid-month. Now let me hear your best, aye, aye, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
Hi, Captain. It's been a good run. That wasn't my character. I was filling in
Just
NPCs.
background noise.
As of now, you are all respectfully employed by a rather new company that seems to have fallen on a bit of hard times. That is, of course, the 3 C's Shipping and Freight, one of many trading groups that deals in the transportation of raw resources and other mundane material goods of the world. It's been a solid 10 days since you all signed up with Captain Tommins and left port back at the gate. You've come to know your captain as a typical gruff dwarf. He's nothing awe-inspiring, but he does have a command about him that only a dwarf could muster. It didn't take long to figure out that he's a staunch follower of Morden, the chief deity of the dwarven pantheon, and that he's been just barely scraping by transporting goods with his navigator, Bartholomew Brooks,
Wow. Okay, spell that.
a.k.a. the Boz,
Okay, that's fair enough.
an equally unremarkable halfling who sports a tall mohawk and is always wearing, as he puts it, my image-reflecting, bifocal, contact spectacle, gem-encrusted sun rims. Good day to you, mates. Right on course we are. Boz is a spry little guy, capable of shimmying up sails, swinging on ropes, and you will normally find him tagging right alongside his favorite person in Faerun, Captain Tully Tommins. The rest of you have found yourselves on this leaky trade cog, the letters TSSF written on the side of the boat, barely visible now, bleached out with sun and time. Your mission was simple. Head out from Baldur's Gate to the port city of Athkatla, use the forged papers the rogue had carefully crafted, and pick up a couple shipments of iron ore. Now, your current employer had leveled with you guys before you accepted the job. The times are hard for the 3C Shipping and Freight, and getting on in the world by obscure and questionable means seems to be on par for the course. Besides the tavern brawl you managed to get yourselves into last night, this all went off without a hitch, and getting back to Baldur's Gate with all haste is forefront in your minds and souls. And speaking of minds and souls, let's hear about some of the other ones on deck. Dare I call them, in the loosest form of the word, future heroes. Now, I mentioned our crafty forger. Perhaps we can start there.
Sure. Corbin Farewell keeps to himself for the most part. He getting on in his years. I'd say 47 years old. Human. He's balding. Speckled gray hair coming off the sides, of course. He's been working with the 3Cs, forging documents and logistics and the such.
Corbin, huh? And who's playing Corbin tonight?
It is I, Jonathan Marshall of the 19 podcast.
All right. Do we want to give out class, or
If we want to stick to tradition, we can not really
I don't
reveal
even think
it.
class is necessary.
No.
Okay.
Really, until there's... You know what I mean?
so going around the table? Christy, what's up?
All right. So I found Wicca Wittershin's the name. Batshit Crazy's the game. I traveled here to return a friend of mine to his ship. Happened to be this one. His name is Blinker. He was a rat aboard this ship. I returned him home here.
Interesting.
I hate rats.
Well, they don't like you. They told me.
They're not so bad once you get to know them.
And upon that, a little mouse sticks her head out from Wicca's hat. This is Pie Wacket. We're
Hello.
basically here because she wanted to stay. I don't know why, but she usually has good reason.
And I'm sure Captain Tommen put you to work.
Yes, I scuttle about doing things here and there that I can. I'm small, but I'm useful.
Then that will bring us to the Elven Wanderer, who seems to hold interest in tale-telling and music.
I've been known to pick a tune.
Who was that guy? Did you guys just hear a new voice?
Do you let just anybody in?
Ladies
Door
and
was
gentlemen,
open.
we have a new voice at the table.
Mr. Mike Wooski.
Mike Wooski.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. And some of you might remember that name. You're like, where have I heard that name
Yeah, where have I heard
before?
that name?
It's a very
Monsters, Inc. Mike Wazowski.
I was
Anybody?
thinking our episode 19, Camp Righteous, it was Mike Wooski who wrote in and recommended that we swap the 20 and the 19. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it fits well. I think you guys hit like 5 Natty 19s that episode.
He's like the Jason Newsted of 19.
That's
Started
right.
as a fan, now he's the bass player, and we're just going to take your vocals out of all this once we're done. All right. So, Mike, tell us about this character you're going to be playing tonight.
Uri doesn't really talk too much. He happened to hear of this job, and that's what he does, is pick up jobs in town to town. And so he's here earning some money.
Now, does he have any instruments or anything on him?
He does. He probably would have played them in the past 10 days. So he's got a drum and a flute.
Okay. The old skin flute.
You
Couldn't
had to
resist.
do it.
The old
You
meat-
had to do
the
it.
old
You had
meat
to do
whistle.
it.
Everyone's got to have a skill.
All right, and then we have Charlie Marshall playing perhaps the most strange of them all. This hulking man. Who is this hulking beast?
This hulking man, you will notice that he's completely hairless. He's gargantuan, probably a few inches shy of 7 foot tall, and resembles Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but with a ridged brow and broad, pointy ears.
Feeling it.
He's almost naked. He wears a leather armband around one bicep.
And that's all.
And that's all.
That's it.
A hide loincloth, some leather sandals, and a bandolier that has a few pouches on it. And he introduces himself to everybody all the time. I am Good Golly the Wizard. One day I will be Great Golly the Wizard. You will like being my friend because Good Golly is fun. I'm a great cheater at cards, but you can't complain if I win because you won't catch me cheating.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, you guys have been, sailing along on the Sea of Swords now. Left Athkatla, we'll say a couple days ago. You're almost at Baldur's Gate, so let's pick it up there. In the last leg of the journey, the welcoming sight of Baldur's Gate, just a few days away, a warning of approaching danger floats in upon the changing winds. The Harbinger in the form of a glorious winged creature. Captain Tommen mutters under his breath. Oi, it's a fucking storm crow. I'll give you guys a little picture of that I brought up.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, what? I guess that's a smaller boat than we're on, but still.
That is one big crow.
Yes, the storm crows, legend has, they are said to fly on the warm winds ahead of great storms.
Should we be worried about this storm crow? It seems rather large.
I would worry about what follows the crow, my friend.
And what follows the crow? Pray tell.
As the shadow of the giant beast soars over your vessel, a late summer's wind starts to kick up the Sea of Swords. Severe storms this far north and so late in the season are a rare occurrence indeed. But the odds didn't stop the black clouds rolling in from the west, followed by the sounds of thunder.
I see.
Then Tommen, misjudging the severity of the situation, has led the party straight into the path of a raging storm that refuses to let up.
Feeling Pyewacket run around in a circle on her head, Wick is going to say, "Calm down, Pyewacket. It's going to be okay," and she pulls her hat tighter to her head.
I guess Corbin's going to start gathering all of his papers and just trying to get everything in order to avoid any kind of disaster.
Yeah, Golly rushes toward, ropes and rigging and stuff. He's a very experienced sailor.
So as the storm rages on, a synchronization settles in among the crew. It's very possible this lightweight ship, its half-ton of iron ore below deck, and the future of the company could be decorating the bottom of the seafloor before this night is through. Tommen yells above the waves, above the crashing storm. Go up the rigging and secure the sails, fasten the loose ropes, and for Morden's sake, someone climb the damn crow and get our bearings. The fate of the ship is in your hands, sailors. Move! Because this, my friends, is how we're gonna start it off. With a skill challenge. Let's roll for initiative.
Oh,
Roll.
Sailing is good fun.
Until she's called upon, Wick is looking for Blinker to make sure he's safe.
so are we all on deck, or is there like are there rooms in the hull?
I'm guessing at the start of this, you guys would all be up on deck. I'm throwing this up there so you guys can kind of see what's going on. With the skill challenge here, to complete this, you got to pass a certain amount of obstacles here. So I wrote them down. You can climb the rigging and secure the sail by tying it off. There's loose ropes on the deck that need to be secured to tack the sail. There's 2 different sets of that needs to be done. Someone needs to climb the crow's nest to get a better view. Somebody could help Bartholomew pail out water. Any other ideas that you guys have, bring them to the table, you know? Let's play some D&D. At the beginning of each turn, you're going to roll a mandatory check of acrobatics to maintain your balance.
Okay, so there's not a main acrobatics job that needs to be done?
No, that's just going to happen at the beginning of everyone's turn. Just to kind of keep your bearings, and passing or failing is going to modify your next skill check to complete one of the main checks.
All right, Corbin will gracefully,
Let's get that initiative going, then we can decide.
10 for initiative.
5 for Wick. She's not very proactive.
So this acrobatics check is like, because the ship is being tossed around, I
Correct.
imagine, and we're just trying to...
Yeah.
that's going to be 20 for Corbin.
21 for Uri.
Whoa!
All right, so as the lightning flashes across the sky, you heard Captain Tommins, which you get first choice of what mission you want to take care of.
So Uri just kind of is standing while everyone presumably is scurrying about getting these jobs done, and he's kind of slowly looking to each person as they start to find some ropes or climb the rigging or whatever. He's not really doing anything. He's just kind of looking at everybody.
So you're going to hold your action?
I'm going to hold.
Okay, give me your acrobatics check, and I'll give you give yourself a +4 to it.
22.
Okay, yeah, you pass, no problem. Okay, Yuri's holding.
Corbin's gonna. I think I'm next.
Yep, Corbin.
Corbin is going, after seeing everything happening, he is going to give like a disgusted sigh that he has to do work. He's not here to do this. He's here to sign papers and documents. But that being said, he realizes what needs to be done. So he will scurry along up the crow's nest to get a better view, make sure that we don't hit any sort of land masses or anything like that. In doing so, the ship gets racked by a large wave as he's about halfway there, and he's going to make a quick acrobatics check to try to avoid falling. It's going to be 8.
With all your bonuses?
Yes.
That is a fail. So that's okay. You're a little off balance. It's not
Yeah, it was
super
a big
bad.
wave. It was a big wave.
You still get
He saw it coming. He just couldn't brace himself in time.
you still get to the crow's nest, the ladder, and you can give me a strength athletics to try to start scaling the ladder. -2 on that check.
Oh my goodness. 8.
So that's a fail. So you just can't quite get a hold of the rungs yet. They're a little wet. Captain Tommen looks over at you and says, "Corbin, get your ass up there and keep a lookout. There should be a port nearby."
He's gonna roll his eyes through the storm, knowing full well that nobody saw it, but he'll try harder next time.
Golly, you're up.
Golly will rush toward the ropes and start to manage them to make sure that we can tack through this storm.
Okay.
Athletics check, or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
19.
Yeah, no problem.
Keeps us cool. And what do I have to roll to...
For the ropes, I think it is a athletics.
All right. Oh, man. That would be a 9.
Oh, just barely can't quite muscle it off. So you grab the
Oh, wait.
ropes.
Did I pass a 5 or more?
You did.
Then that
You
would be
did
an
that
11.
pass. All right,
Oh,
nice.
wait, I
Yes,
didn't-
because if
I
you
happened
pass
to
your
see the-
acrobatics by 5 or more, you get a +2.
You get a +2 to what?
Your next skill
skill
check.
check. Gotcha.
Yeah, so you grab it, you tie it off. One of those tasks is complete.
It is good to be a sailor.
Okay, Wicca.
So Wicca is really small, even for a gnome. She's the smallest of the gnomes. She's very little. She's like 3 feet tall. So she's going to tie up loose ropes on deck, but when you see her doing it, it's going to look funny because she wraps it around her whole body and then kind of moves with it on her and then jumps up and uses her whole body to swing it around and to secure it on the...
I'm picturing
the
like
thing.
a Disney movie.
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
She's like
Yep.
all over the place because she's little. She's not very strong. She needs to use what she's got.
All right, Wicca, give me your acrobatics check.
8.
Oh, no. Okay. There'll be a -2 on your
Next one.
next one, and that's going to be a strength
Ooh, shit
for
skis.
tacking the sail, getting it tied off, because you got to pull these ropes tight
Ah.
to try to tie it off. Unless you
Gotcha.
want to change your mind and go for something else.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Or I mean, on my next turn, can I change my mind and go for? Yeah, that's cool. Yep. So that's going to be 10. I don't have a.
A 10?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah,
Ooh.
just enough. It was DC 10.
With the -2.
Yeah, did you add the -2?
No, she got an 8.
Okay.
Eight.
To my next. I
So
thought that
it's-
would be on my next turn. So it's
that-
8.
So I think I know how it works. So at the beginning of your turn, you do the acrobatics. That's just kind of keep your balance.
Okay, and if you pass, you get points towards completing the task.
Yes.
Gotcha. And if you fail, I should have understood that from the beginning. I wasn't paying attention.
So Uri sees her falter
Yep.
and rushes over. Can I jump in now?
Yeah, absolutely.
So rushes over and says, "Is your friend okay?"
Wick can talk to Pyewacket telepathically, and she says, yes, he's fine.
That's what she thinks.
I'm glad.
Or she. Was Pyewacket a girl or a boy? I forgot.
She.
Maybe
She?
it changes.
She's fine.
I am glad. Do you need some help?
Can we assist on this?
Well, you've already done it, so
Yeah.
I can't assist, but I can maybe do
Right.
that task now or try it.
Yeah, give
Yes,
I'll
us
do-
a roll.
Yep. So yes, I'm trying to secure these ropes so we can tack the sail.
What do I need another acrobatics? check?
Nope, you already passed that. So you actually get this. It's a strength check with a +2 modifier.
Just a strength check plus
Yep.
2. 22.
Fucking
Oh,
new
no
guys
problem.
rolling rocks.
All right, so we can scratch that
Coming
one
in
off.
hot.
Ah.
You
The side
guys
of the table.
have got the sail tacked. You've got it back in place where it needs to be. That is a good first round in the storm.
Round 2, baby.
Round 2, top of the round. Sticking with Yuri.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't change his order.
It doesn't
in the,
change the order if you hold? I thought it...
Oh, does it?
I thought
Yeah, I
It
think
does in Pathfinder.
usually does, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Let's keep it going then. So, Corbin.
All right, after struggling and getting yelled at by the captain, he passive-aggressively rolls his eyes, and he
Rolls him so hard.
rolls them so hard, and he invokes an anger in him that he only feels in, like, road rage situations. No, and he's going to give it another go to climb the mast. It's been a while,
Once you get on there, you don't have to roll this acrobatics. Once you get on the rung of the ladder. But right now, I still need an acrobatics check to make sure you keep your footing.
acrobatics. Ooh, natty 19!
Natty
baby.
19, automatic
Nice.
success.
The first one?
First one.
The new
of
adventure
what is-
path? I don't know what this is. One shot?
I didn't even
This
think of
adventure needs a name. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going
Sun
on.
goes down with the ruby smile.
No, I mean, that's a little too long. We need like a shortened that we can call it
For the show.
for the show.
The show
a show
needs
name.
Yeah, we'll come up with that while we're working on it.
it. Do it in post.
Like, you know how I called Abyss Garage, Natty 19 Garage
Right.
Days. Maybe Natty 19.
We could think about that later. I mean, it could
Yeah,
have something to
I
do with
know.
the
I
early
just like
days of
saying
the
it
shipping and
sometimes
freight.
during, like, for the first time in the 99.
Would you let Swaney do his thing?
It's actually my thing. It's my turn.
It's my I rolled. It's my turn. I'm in my rights to name things.
Does he get his plus
So I
2?
nailed my
Yeah,
acrobatics like a champ. He invoked it. Now, what do I need to climb the ladder?
Strength?
Is it a strength to climb climb the rigging?
I'm open to suggestion if you can.
Athletics,
give me
that's
Well,
better.
it's not a ladder; it's rigging. Like that
But it's-
requires.
No, this is a ladder. The rigging's
Going
different.
up to the. This is going up to the
Oh,
crow's nest.
my
There's gotta be a
apologies.
ladder or something.
Yeah, I've got athletics down.
Well,
as my
since it's
thing,
a
but-
ladder,
Yeah.
it's done with advantage, right? That's what the rules. If you're climbing a rope or a ladder, you get a climb
Technically, I
check
think
and
this storm, though, the way it's
cancels
tossing
out
your
the
ass around,
advantage. All right. Here we go.
Players always trying to pull something.
Dude, I got a -1 strength. You know what I mean? All right,
Yeah, but do you have any?
4.
hey,
I got a +2,
plus
6.
two.
inspiration wells right
Ooh.
there.
Do you have any?
Taking 2.
What are you doing?
He said inspiration. Okay,
Two
I'll
of them?
All 3 then.
I'm going for it. That's going to be a 12.
Oh.
So how does that work? That just replaces your previous roll?
It goes in his
Correct.
jar now.
When you roll
my
it, yeah.
jar now.
When you roll advantage, the highest one gets.
Do you have any
Oh,
athletics
that's okay.
bonus?
I do actually. I get a +1. So it's going to be a 13.
So Corbin passes, and you start shimmying up this ladder to the crow's nest. As you are getting right to the top of it, we will go to Golly. You're up next.
Golly will do a quick scan around to see what else needs to be done.
You can see Bartholomew just paling water out as fast as he can. The captain is
He'll rush over and grab the biggest bucket and scoop, like just powerhouse. Like,
powerhouse water out.
yeah. So here's his
All right.
acrobatics, natty 19.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
right there.
There it is.
Everybody's
There you
getting
go.
their shit together.
All right. Now, what do I roll for my power bucket?
Power
Like power
bucket.
paling.
What's your power bucket bonus?
There it is. It's a +4.
Pale out water. Athletics. It's mostly athletics, acrobatics, just about.
All right.
So we'll go athletics.
That would be a 17, 19 on the...
Yep. So you push Boz out of the way, and just start paling the water out.
I will save the ship.
And that
Dumping out barrels of water.
As Corbin,
Says it out loud.
I was going to say, as Corbin is climbing, he hears that from down below, and he probably mouths it as he's saying it.
Uri hears it and just thinks to himself, "Oh, well, if he's saving the ship, I don't have to do anything else."
I could single-handedly, every round I could do a new thing.
you might need to. Because next is Wicca.
All right. So
Let's see our rats do this.
the loose ropes, that's ×2. Does that mean it needs to be done twice? Is that what that X2
Yes, but
is?
it's been taken care of.
Okay, both of them?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, crow's nest is done. Pale water done. Tack the
Somebody
sail.
needs to secure that sail.
Ooh, that seems like a really lot of responsibility.
I was thinking.
That's exactly what Wick is thinking as she looks up at it and being as incredibly small as she is. That looks like a lot of
The
responsibility.
sail probably looks bigger than it ever has before.
Yeah. And Wick will say, "Shut up, Pyewacket, we can do it," and start moving to secure the sail.
Acrobatics.
10.
Yeah. DC 10.
I'll take it.
I have no idea what...
You just barely keep your balance as these waves are tossing you guys all
And
around
that's the
on
sound
the boat.
she made as she was keeping her balance.
We're doing it, Pyewacket.
Should save that one. Play it every time somebody loses their balance.
Right? we can sell it.
It's like that scream that every movie uses.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah. the blood curdling scream, females scream or whatever.
No, there's a different one where
Oh,
somebody
like the Manfred scream or something, isn't it?
Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
The death
okay.
fall, right?
Yeah,
Like the
people
fall to
fall
your
off their
death?
horses or whatever. No,
Oh,
it's just
so you're
the
not
general,
talking
like,
about that?
No, that's the Goofy. That's Goofy.
That's not even a
Goofy.
scream.
That's Goofy. No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what do
It's
you
just like that.
Looney Tunes, right? Looney Tunes.
It's just not a scream. Like a
That's Disney. That's Goofy.
All right, we're getting
I
off
do that
track.
all
all right,
the time.
Getting
yeah.
off the rails.
What's my role for acrobat?
Athletics,
Athletic
go up the rigging.
strength? All right,
You can do it, Wicket. Wicket.
22.
22. So yeah, no problem. You scurry across the deck, grab onto the ropes, and start climbing up. And then that brings us to Yuri.
Yuri's just gonna stand there. He successfully, what did we do last time? Tied down some ropes
Yep.
that I helped you with? Yeah. So after he did that, he just kind of stood there, looked calm, looked over at at Golly, who said, I can save this ship. And so he's just kind of watching Golly. So
Okay, as you're
See his
standing
muscle
there.
is
Do I need an athletics
rippling and
just to stand there?
glistening in the lightning.
No, we'll forgo it for
Okay.
now. A huge wave comes up over the boat. It smashes down on top of Bartholomew. And he goes sliding right by you, up over the railings. Give me a quick acrobatics check to grab a hold of this guy.
13.
13, just barely grab him by the foot.
Oh, Jesus.
DC 13. So you nailed it right on the spot.
Nice. I saw the roll. It's a good thing you have a modifier. I was like, oh shit, we lost boss.
We lost Boz already.
There he goes.
Well, you know this halfling has a very short shelf life.
Thank goodness.
I was going to say, especially in your games.
So yeah, you grab Boz right by the foot, throw him back on board, and you actually notice he has rope tied around him. So if you had
would've-
lost him, you might have saved him. All right, top of round 3.
We wouldn't have found him until days later, dangling from.
Oh,
Yeah.
terrible.
Loaded.
Dragged through the sea.
So Corbin, top of round 3, you're at the top of this crow's nest now in the middle of this, hurricane, tropical storm. What do you do?
Do I see any? Do I see any landmass or anything that I should call out?
Man,
Perception check.
With pleasure.
I love a good perception check.
That is going to be 15.
Ooh.
Love a successful perception check.
So off in the distance, I would say probably about 2 rounds away, maybe. These rounds are longer than 6 seconds on a boat, I guess. But you do see a tower.
And we're heading right towards it.
But on either side is rocks. You see a tower, what could possibly be docks, but you guys are going to have to thread the needle
We
here
got craggles.
or be smashed upon the rocks.
Upon seeing this, Corbin's going to scan the deck. Does it seem like anybody is in a position to steer, or do I need to do some swashbuckling here?
Captain Tommins is steering the boat.
Is he? But
Yeah.
he probably can't hear me from up here through all the...
He could probably hear you.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
The problem is Corbin isn't a very good yeller. I forgot about that as I was... Picture like Christopher Walken, because that's who I'm casting.
Or you can do the slide down the ladder trick.
Ooh, I like it.
You could do a relay yell.
I'm feeling
if
it.
Yuri's
I was
close
actually,
enough,
I was actually originally thinking of doing the old grab hold of a rope and cut it.
Don't
And
cut
swing
any
down.
fucking sails down.
You don't get many opportunities to do something like that.
It's true. Well, we might need you up there for a little while.
The sail that Wick just secured comes fucking down.
Okay, well, if I can't do any swinging heroics, I guess Corbin will try to call down. He'll be like, you got a tower up ahead.
Yes, is Corbin. Christopher Walken.
Yes. Little bit. You got a tower up ahead. You're going to hit it if you don't move the ship.
It's racking away on the couch.
It's a good thing he doesn't have a rat mouse friend, or it would be hidden up his ass.
I don't know.
Rocks on the left.
If
and
you
there's
wanna-
rocks on the other side. And there's a tower. I don't know which way do you want to go.
You got to move the ship, and we're going to hit the tower.
Aye, Corbin. Next up is Golly. Keep this moving.
I'm just like hot here.
Sweating.
It's
I'm
exciting.
never like that in
It's
here.
an exciting moment.
I'm like, ugh.
Golly's still
That ain't
he's
glitter, bitch.
shoveling. He's dumping buckets and barrels of water just over the edge, and he's looking around to see if there's anything more pressing to do.
Yeah, you guys are.
His head is
tearing through
calm,
this
but
pretty
he's
well.
he's just trying to figure out where best he could apply himself.
It's kind of a metagame. In case you haven't picked it up, Yuri's kind of simple-minded, and very literal. So he needs to be directed, more so than deciding on his own. If anything needs to be done, let him know.
Let him know. Yeah, you're paling out the water. Everything seems to be going along pretty good at this point. You got Wicca going up the rigging.
He's going to stay at his station and just keep an eye out for, just keep an eye out to see where he might be able to jump in case somebody falters.
Okay. Wicca.
Unless there's anything else that Wicca sees needs doing.
No, Wicca, you're on the rigging.
Yeah.
You're going up the rigging, so you actually have to give me some checks here. You've got to... Anyone on the rigging at the beginning of their turn has to roll an acrobatics check.
Okay.
This one's pretty important, because you can fall here if you roll too low.
Get fucked up.
Don't fuck it up, gnome.
Wicca's going to look down and say, "Why don't you catch me?"
Not with that dirty rat.
Oh, 18.
18 passes with flying colors. Okay, let's try to tie off that rigging.
So she gets a +2?
Absolutely, yes. Athletics DC.
Oh, before that was just to climb the rigging?
Yep.
Oh.
That was just to keep your balance
Two-parter.
Stay
on it.
on.
All right.
But now you've got to tie off this sail.
Is that a strength?
That is a strength
Fuck
check.
you.
Athletics. So if you have athletics bonuses.
Use athletics.
Athletics.
All right. 13?
Wow, so you got a +2.
13?
For real?
For real.
DC 13. These are tough ones, and you guys are
Nice.
I was
nailing
gonna
them.
say these are tough ones for level 2.
Well, I kind of wanted you guys to wreck the ship, but I mean,
That's not gonna happen.
Now we're going to have to
Still have to thread a needle.
We're out.
we're gonna have to summon the
bring the
Kraken.
ship home.
What's hilarious is how small Wicca is. I'm imagining her kind of just accidentally accomplishing things.
Yeah, she hits it with her little fucking gnome ass.
The wind's blowing.
Yeah.
Her with the rope
Yeah,
in
with the rope
exactly where
around.
it needs to go.
Okay, you tie off the sail, and the wind catches it, pulling the ship right around, and as it happens, your Captain Tommins hits the deck and goes sliding to the back of the ship, and that wheel just starts going.
I'm going to grab the wheel.
All right, give me a strength check.
19.
19, no problem, yeah. So you catch the wheel, stops it in its tracks, and now you are steering the ship.
I will steer
Oh, shit.
I will steer
to save us.
to where Corbin told us tower was.
Oh boy. Corbin's
Dolly's
looking
gonna
at that
bring it
rope.
home.
He's looking at the rope like, can I swing down and take the wheel in time?
Yuri, help the captain.
Okay.
Yep, and Yuri, it is your turn. You see the captain slid out, and just the water took him like a little wave ride right to the back of the boat where he was tumbling around, and he's trying to pick himself up.
I'm going to lunge after him and grab him to keep him on board. What do you need?
I don't think I really need anything for that. I think you're good. That's you just help him to his feet. Okay, and now we'll bring us to the top of round 4. Is it of the storm?
4, I think. I didn't.
Doesn't really
I think it's
matter.
4.
It is 4.
But but most of the missions are done here. You guys really just need to thread the needle and sail it in. But Corbin, it's your turn.
It is my turn, and so from up in the crow's nest, what skill would it be to call down instructions?
Could you call to me in the rigging? Am I closer? Would I be closer to you?
Well, I think Yuri,
Golly's
Golly's
steering the ship.
steering.
Okay.
So I think what he's going after is a help action.
Give me an
Well,
advantage.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you guys can all kind of
So I
throw
can
it
give
in to
him the
give
advantage.
Well, I was like, are you thinking more like just so that I hear you? Or
I guess
that you're
he's your
conveying
eyes up there.
that you're
Right, I'm
conveying the information correctly.
I'm just trying to figure out my role going forward
Right.
up in the crow's nest mechanically. Like, so do I have to make more skill checks to do my job up here, or
No, you completed the mission for that, which was either find a way out of the storm or find the tower, and you
So-
spotted the tower.
as far as the tower, do I have to remain up here?
No, but I think if you do, you'll be able to help him steer with a
Okay. So
advantage
okay.
check.
All right. So I guess I'll just I'll stay up here and try to call down any instructions that I find useful.
You could use words like starboard and port.
So I guess, Golly, give us a really important What should steering the ship be? Should it be wisdom or intelligence? I'll let you decide.
Oh, you're going to let me decide.
Or survival? No.
There's not much difference between
I did a lot of reading about steering ships, and a lot of people went with wisdom.
Gotcha.
But some people were like, no, just a straight intelligence check. But I figure you pass the strength check to get the wheel under control, but now you got to use your brain.
Let's do, all right, I'll go with wisdom.
Okay. And you get advantage on the roll.
All right. That will be a 17.
Okay.
Jeez.
So Golly aims the ship, tacking hard to avoid being swallowed by the sea. And the waves keep piling in, the storm unrelenting.
This pleases Golly.
You feel the ship come to an abrupt halt as you slam into the marina, crashing into the docks.
Oh.
You hear a sick crunch.
Oh, wait. So we hit something?
The docks. You're just coming
Yeah.
in.
Oh, we're just coming in too hot.
Yeah, this is flavor.
I was going to say, I'm doing my best up here. I'm doing my best, guys.
There's a flavor crash.
Corbin's going to, upon seeing
Perfect landing.
these dogs coming up, Corbin's going to, latch himself off with a rope so he doesn't fly out upon
Get launched from the crow's nest like a catapult.
in the back of a pickup truck. So, you know. So he's going to tie himself off. I'm thinking like an Indiana Jones tie off with the foot, wrapping around with the foot.
You tie yourself off as the crash happens, but you're going to have to quickly untie yourself to get into the next part here.
Can't get into the
He's tangled and dangling by his foot.
How quick was this?
Tangled and dangled.
When
Okay.
we hit and Wick feels the impact, she's gonna grab her hat and say, "He did his best, Pyewacket. Quiet down."
Captain Tommen throws the gangplank down onto the docks, and you guys hustle across the leaky wooden boards. Doot, 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 doot. Your cloak's flapping behind you, aiming for a small customs building.
I do not wear a cloak.
And my feet do not sound like.
Doot, 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 doot.
All right. So is the ship sinking?
The ship is not sinking.
Okay.
The ship is not sinking. You
I
guys
just don't
came
wanna be stuck
crashing
here.
in. No, it's safe at least for now. So you guys exit the boat, run across the docks towards this customs building. And a crackle of lightning deafens your ears, drowning out the howling wind and splattering rain for a split second. Who's in the front of the line?
I would probably be towards the last, but I just want to say that because we're deafened from the thunder, our footsteps probably do. All right. I'm probably in the last because Corbin wanted to just double check for any kind of leaks or water coming in from that crash. So I'm probably either last or second to last.
Yeah, and Golly would also be toward the end because he wants to make sure everybody's off the boat.
So Wicker or Yuri, who's in the front?
What about Boz? Where's Boz?
Boz is
Boz dead.
Boz is dead, baby.
Boz didn't make it.
Still dangling by that rope.
Who's Boz? Boz dead, baby. Boz dead.
Boz didn't make it. Off to the next chapter 2.
Yuri, just as you shove the door to the customs building open, you are greeted by a dark, cold, but dry room. A musky smell fills your lungs. Hanging your one and only dripping cloak, because nobody else wears cloaks, on the wall hook, you guys collapse onto the floor, exhausted after hours of running around on deck. And you know that feeling you get after working your body so hard you don't feel the pain until after you sit down? I want everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw, or you're going to suffer one level of exhaustion.
16 for Uri.
Pass.
14 for Wicca.
Come on.
DC 10.
Natty 18.
Natural 1.
No!
Natural 1.
Oh,
You worked
no.
really hard, but now...
Yeah, you did. You worked very hard.
So, Golly is not tired. Golly is a mull. And mulls, once per day, they could shrug off a level of exhaustion. And if you'd like to learn more about mulls, check out D&D Beyond, because I actually put this race as this is a homebrew race that I based off of Dark Sun the Dark Sun Mull. And
That's from second edition.
from
correct?
second edition, and there's a few of them out there on
You've
Beyond.
been cooking this
homebrew.
up for a while,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
There's a few,
Yeah.
but this
Yeah.
one's the best one.
This is the best one, and check it out. Nemo Mars is my Beyond username, so you could play a mull. You could play this same race just by going to Beyond and using the homebrew.
So another flash of lightning illuminates the rotund, dwarfish form of Captain Tommen as rivulets of rain drip from his beard. Aye, lads. This is what I call a wee inconvenience. Now listen, the boss and I will grab some food and equipment from the ship so we can hole up here for the night. Keep your eye out for townsfolk. We're guests here, and I won't have my crew forgetting their manners and disrespecting any hard-working peoples. I haven't forgotten the trouble you lot caused back in Athkatla, and we won't be having none of that here.
That was great fun.
He just shakes his
was,
head
it
at you,
was.
Golly.
Is Captain Toman our captain, or are we just passengers? Do we work for him?
Yeah, he works for the 3C ship. in the Brit.
Oh, so he has the same boss as us, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al.
Yep. Okay.
Alan Zig.
Yep.
Uri says, "Captain, can I help bring the rations ashore?"
No, me and Boz will take care of it.
In that case, Corbin might go out into the rain and maybe help bring in any kind of casks or barrels or crates or anything that they're trying to salvage from the storm. And maybe in between runs, he'll stop in to talk to Captain Tommen, and he'll say, "Tommen, level with us. What's the status? We stuck here?"
I'm not entirely sure. I've got to take a closer look at the ship. It was a pretty big crunch when we came into the dock.
I saw it. All right.
Now, Corbin, try to get some rest in the customs building. Let me and Boz get the equipment and supplies.
All right, I'll be on my way then.
Trying to take in the situation, no less than 10 minutes ago, you guys were fighting to keep this ship above water. Now you're on safe and solid ground, but every inch of your body aches and you can't shake the image of flailing ropes and water-soaked sails out of your head. The storm rumbles outside, the rain showing no signs of letting up. And small boot prints of mud and water dot the floor from where you've tracked them in. For now, at least, you're able to breathe easy. All you need is a day's rest in here and you'll be back in tip-top shape. That is, if this freezing rain would let up.
So we push onward through the night.
Back on the boat.
So you guys are sitting in this room of this marina.
So what is it like? Does the marina itself have rooms, or are we looking to move on into town to find a room, or?
I am
Or
pull this right up for you guys.
I was under the impression we were kind of on like a little island.
Yeah, so this is where you guys find yourselves in this room. It's pitch black. What are you guys doing for light sources?
I'm gonna at
think
that.
I have dark
Corbin,
vision.
just so you know, is afraid of the dark. So if it was,
I can cast light.
okay, I think Corbin would have already lit up a torch if he had seen that it was not. If he couldn't see,
Okay, so Corbin ticks up a
He-
torch.
He will subconsciously pull out a torch and spark it.
All right. As you spark up that torch, on one side of the room lies a scribe's desk, cluttered with mildew parchment, old quills, inkwells, ledger books, and a dirty brass nameplate. Corbin, as you wipe off the dust to reveal the name, Argan Dodd, D-O-D-D. On the north side of the room is a cast iron potbelly stove with a rusty smokestack trailing across the ceiling. There are two doors on either side of the stove. The western door has a puddle of water pooling out from beneath it.
Western door.
So the one on your left. And then there is a rigid safe nestled in the southeast corner of the room.
Oh, Corbin would be attracted to that.
Some dice go flying off the table there.
She just like done.
You said safe, and I was like,
There won't be any rest tonight if this place doesn't warm up. Luckily, you guys all passed your Constitution saving throw there, so maybe getting rest isn't as important. But
We could get some rest. Corbin might even say, maybe we should get some rest. We may have a long day tomorrow. What do you all think? And meanwhile, he's eyeing that safe. Now, there's, do we know who owns this place?
No, but so I mean, what you've gathered so far is it smells mildewy, old. There's dust on that nameplate, and there is papers all over that table.
Corbin might say, Corbin, actually, without even saying anything, I think he's going to sit down in front of the safe and unfold he's going to take out his, this sort of leather wrapping and open it up. And anybody who is paying attention might see an assortment of fine tools. And he'll try to open the safe, or he'll examine the lock. What do we got?
Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll.
This could be a sleight of hands.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
17.
17. No.
Not enough.
Do
It's a
it.
good one.
Not enough.
I rolled a 10 too.
You know what you're getting into with locks and stuff. This isn't your first rodeo, and this is going to be a tough one to pick.
Does it look pickable?
Maybe. You're unsure.
All right, I'll ponder for a little while. How?
Good try, little friend. My little brother, Kali, also did such things.
At the idea that Corbin was noticed, he'll stand up abruptly and start folding his tools back up and say, "I think it'd be wise if we discovered who owns this place."
Picking up on his hesitancy and being caught, Wicca's squeezing out the water from her hat. And she looks over at Corbin and she says, No, don't be shy. We all have our skills.
He'll blush a bit and say, "I merely would just like some information."
At that, the door was not shut all the way, and a strong wind comes through, kicking the door open, and it sends some of the papers on the table flying up in the air.
Oh, that would irk Corbin a lot, so he'd probably...
He'd start picking them up.
Hope these pages are numbered.
Yeah, Corbin hates when papers are scattered.
Disorderly.
Chaotically places. He's going to immediately start going for the pages and maybe even shout, "Somebody close the door!"
Uri will walk over and close the door.
Gali will help him with the pages, but say something like, "There are no pictures on these pages."
I imagine while Corbin is gathering the pages, he might notice something written or printed on the pages that might give us some information to advance the plot.
No, you notice mostly they're all just molded and runny with ink and crumbling apart, but you can give me an investigation check if you want.
No.
No.
I wanted, but I don't want.
But I don't want
Never
to.
mind.
No, you can't.
Never mind.
They're all too old to really gather anything out of them.
Yeah, I guess that's it for Corbin for now. Let the others do what they're... you just let me know when I can try that lock again.
You said it was going to be cold in here, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Do we have a way to start fire?
There's a stove there.
I'll just turn on the gas then, and it's auto lighting, right?
Pilot goes...
Right.
No, but there's no firewood or anything. I mean, there's the desk and doors and stuff. If you want to rip them off the hinges, I don't know. You do have 2 doors in the back of this building, or you guys can just hunker down and wait for the captain to come back.
You said something about one of the doors has water coming from under.
The western door.
And what does the eastern door look like?
Just a closed door.
Gali just wants to count his money. I like these gold pieces. I have never seen anything so beautiful before. It feels good to hold some gold in my hands.
That I can agree with, my big friend.
Yuri reaches into his pack and feels his gold. I mean, doesn't take it out so anyone can see. He just feels it to see if it feels neat. It doesn't, so he stops.
Wicca is kind of moving in a circle in a tight area, almost like an animal would do before they're going to lay down.
You said there was puddle coming in from the western... the northwestern?
Yeah, the door up straight ahead of...
I guess...
Yeah. the door.
I guess after a while of sitting there, if nobody does anything interesting, Corbin might mosey his way over to that door and maybe check it for traps or any sort of anything out of place.
Nope. Besides the puddle coming out from underneath it.
In the background, you just hear Golly like checking. Like, my cards, they're all wet. I must dry my cards.
Is there a keyhole that Corbin can look through?
Yeah.
Corbin's a keyhole guy. He's a kind of a creep.
Kind of creepy, yeah.
Yeah, he's careful. He's a careful
Give
man.
me a perception check.
It's gonna be 10.
No, you go look through the keyhole, but it's just
Darkness.
yeah, it's pitch black.
You
in
did
there.
it to the puddle door, right? So Uri just watches you, kneel down and look through the keyhole. So he walks over to the other door and copies you.
And Corbin might look over at him and kind of give him a nod, like we're on the same page.
If we're on the same page, Uri doesn't know it. What am I doing? Perception?
Yeah.
18.
18. There we go. Yeah. You look through that one and it's just a clearer view, I guess. Maybe your keyhole had some sticks stuck in it, but yeah, you just see an empty room with 2 beds in it.
It's empty.
What do you guys think of these rooms?
You didn't see anything in the room, so
If you want to know what's in the room, open the door.
Uri just opens the door.
Ooh,
Wick,
he opens the door.
Just opens it.
and Wick shrugs her shoulders like, when you're right, you're right.
Yuri, you open the door. It's just an overnight room for docking ships. There's 2 beds in there. Looks like nobody's been in here for a long ass time, and investigating the room, it's nothing more than just a normal room. Still freezing cold. Just the room. Those beds, they're old and ratty. Like you wouldn't want to lay down in them. Maybe if you kick them a little bit, they start to crumble and fall apart.
Maybe at the sight of him opening that door, Corbin will cautiously open the door in front of him as well.
All right, you go to open that door, and
Boom!
Roll for initiative.
a strong mist blasts you in the face,
You got
and lightning flashes, illuminating the darkness through a hole in the ceiling. And for just a split second, you can see the tower looming above the customs building. That same tower you saw from the crow's nest. This building's attached to that tower.
Gotcha.
So when you open the door, lightning flashes, and you can see through the hole in the ceiling the tower. And at the top of the tower, you see what appears to be a small humanoid figure crouching down. You know what I mean?
Is he looking? Can I tell if
Perching?
he's staring
Is he
at us?
perching?
Can I tell if he's?
It's like crouching down, peering out from the ledge of the tower.
Ugh.
But it's only a split second. The lightning flashes. You
Oh.
see this little humanoid figure sitting up there, crouching down, and the image quickly fades. Right back to black. And
It's kind of like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Gremlin on the
On
plane.
the wing, yeah.
the image quickly fades to black, and the sound of scurrying rodents is drowned out by the rumble of thunder. And the rain spills through the hole in the ceiling and runs between floorboards. And you said you had a torch, right? So you slowly bring your torch around to light up the room, and as your eyes adjust to the darkness now, you see nestled against the back wall what appears to be a dead body.
What the fuck?
Corbin will.
Oh, in that room. I thought it was in there with us the whole time.
Trip over it.
Body's just slouched over. The sagging skin is pulling away from the jawbone, sunken eyes, tattered clothes, and that mildewy smell you first caught hints of when you guys entered the building, it's just permeating from this body slumped there, lying in the middle of the floor.
Corbin will approach the body and just crouch down in front of him and maybe try to investigate, see what's going on here.
As you come in, you crouch down in front of him. One of the arms of the body jerks forward as one of the biggest, nastiest fucking rats you've ever seen comes darting out from underneath it.
Oh
I'm
shit!
gonna need you to roll for initiative.
That's gonna be.
I got a picture of this rat too. This thing is nasty.
Shit, it wasn't just a rat just scurrying. It's a rat that's like rolling initiative.
Yeah, this rat's serious.
This is
Terrifying.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on. That's the wrong one.
That's Pie Wacket.
I hate rats.
Here we go.
Oh.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
Scroll up a little.
I'm a little more.
Wait, look at that nasty thing.
What size are we talking?
Oh man, this thing's like a 3 and 4 foot rat. I don't know. It's huge.
That's like a
I didn't
Like a
see-
dog, yeah.
I didn't see that
No, it was pretty dark in there, and you filled your
Behind the
perception.
body.
with my torch. All right.
Yeah, so as you approach the body, its arm jerks as this thing comes
All
out from
right. It was
underneath
hidden
it.
behind the
I was
skeleton.
like right in here.
All right. So I got a 15 on my initiative.
Corbin's got a 15. Let's go back to...
Oh, I
Are
suck.
we all doing initiative?
Yeah, you guys can all do initiative. I almost feel like I want to do like a surprise round where the rat and Corbin get to go first because you guys are out of the room, but...
You could still do
That's
that,
fine,
but
you
we'd
can
still
s-
need
yeah.
initiative.
Yeah, okay. Initiative.
Yep. Yeah. Because.
Wicca's got an 8.
Wicca's got an 8. What's everybody got? You guys can just rattle it off. to
Uri
me.
13.
Golly has 4.
And Corbin got what?
15.
All right. Corbin, you're up. So this rat comes out at you.
Corbin will kick at the rat, not as an attack, but as a method to disengage. To use cunning action, which is you can take a bonus action on each of your turns to take the dash, disengage, or hide action. Right?
Okay.
So he's at the sight of this thing, he's going to kick off of the rat and roll backwards out of the room to join the others while bringing up, almost out of nowhere, you don't even know where he was hiding this, but a heavy crossbow. It just appears in his hand as he's now laying on his back on the ground,
So that's
aiming
a
it into the room.
disengage action.
Cunning action was a bonus action
Okay.
to disengage, and then I moved backwards, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet in that move. And if you want me to make an acrobatics check to perform it, was mostly just a flavorful way of describing the cunning action.
No, I think you can do that.
And
Do you still get a shot with that crossbow?
no, I don't think so, because it was I'm just going to call it a no. I'm not sure on that. It is a heavy weapon, so I know that you can't use... I know that there's... No, heavy just means that small creatures can't use it at a disadvantage, and I'm not small. But loading means that I only get 1 attack per round regardless of how many attacks that I have. Okay, so none of that really matters. So I guess I could. Use my action to fire off a shot.
All right, so you're going to be... You disengage out of the room and you're firing back into the room. I'm going to give him quarter cover. So you get a shot at him, but he's going to get a little bonus to his AC.
What's he got cover from?
He's just a rat on the ground in a room. You're firing through a door into the room.
All right. What's the cover bonus?
Not much. Probably just +1 to his armor class.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Oh, armor class. Miss. 9.
9. Nope. Unfortunately, you know all too well will not hit anything in the monster's manual.
Well, that's not true.
So none of us were in that room except you, right? So none of us have seen the rat. We just saw you bolt out.
At this point now, though, you now saw me use a cunning action to roll back, draw my crossbow, and fire at something.
Right. And it gets a move.
Yes.
And then we start a new round. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you could probably hear this thing in there. The size of it, could you imagine a 3-foot rat?
Bro, it's the
You just
same
hear it
size
kinda-
as Wicca.
You
I
could
could ride it. Like those things from Willow.
Yeah,
Remember
it
those?
is the size of Wicca.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys hear this rat thrashing around in there? It does move around. It doesn't come out of the room, though. Yuri, you're up.
Yuri tenses up and stares intently at the door, not knowing what's going to come out, but I'm going to hold.
Corbin might say, That ain't no damn kitten, Gina. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry.
Didn't
15.
even get penetration with the heavy crossbow.
It should. Okay, you're holding. It's back to Corbin because you had the highest initiative. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm. Boom, load, and fire another shot. Wait, it moved.
Yeah, moved into the corner there out of your
so-
sight. You'll have to go back in the room to get a shot, or at least up to the door and peek around the corner to shoot at it.
Yeah, no, I am gonna reload the crossbow, obviously, but I think he might sling it back over his shoulder and draw his short sword at this point, at this juncture. He sees what this rat's trying to do. He sees the rat is trying to lure him into the room. So he'll draw a short
Rats
sword.
always are plotting and making plans.
Right? I think it's more just hiding, just being a rat.
So yeah, he'll draw his short sword and he'll kind of look at the others and try to gauge if they're aware that there's a combat situation happening. And then he'll move.
Is talking free action?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you see, Corbin?
It's a giant rat.
Why don't we shut the door?
Fucking rats.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Golly does not like rats.
It's a giant one.
Fucking giant rats.
What do you want to do? I don't think I'm gonna go in there. I think I might just wait. I'm gonna hold my action to see what everyone else does at this point. Corbin's got no business going in there.
Wicca's up.
Wicca is going to casually stroll up to the door and shut it.
Okay. That just solved that problem.
I think Corbin will watch her do this and be like, "There's a dead body in there."
There's not four out here.
And now there's none out here.
You aren't curious. What's on the dead body?
And I'm the crazy one, and you want to play with dead things.
I don't want to play with it. I just want to search it. Might be some valuables on it.
Then we must kill the rat.
That's what I'm thinking, but I ain't no business going in there first.
Well, everybody was just standing around.
Well, we're all still reacting. It's your turn.
There's a rat
I'm
in
waiting.
there. I shut the door.
Fair enough. Let's see what the big guy does.
Who is
Does that
next? I'm
conclude
probably
your turn?
last.
Yes.
Golly is last.
I think Golly is... No, it's the rat's turn. So you guys just hear scurrying around in there now. You can't really see what he's doing.
Well, at least now we can
Probably
plan.
arming up.
I think Corbin will then turn to he'll turn to Golly and be like, "Good golly, there's a giant rat in there."
Golly, you're up.
He will say, "Golly, there's a dead body in there. We got to get rid of the rat."
Yeah, Golly will just say, "I will punch him in the head," and he'll just rush up to the door and he'll just like burst through the door and move toward the rat. Like, where's the rat when I open the door?
It's right there, and it lunges at you.
Oh,
Raise in action, so when you come to the door, it attacks you.
All right.
Does a 13 hit?
13 hits.
13 hits.
Really?
It does.
Can somebody do something?
I am going to. I think I can. How does hold action work in 5e? Can I use my action now
As a reaction?
Can I use my action now to help him, to give him a? Yeah, no, I don't actually. Now that I think about it, I think I can only give him an advantage on attack rolls. I can't give
What's the skill?
help.
He's just looking at
just
aid.
help.
Yeah.
Oh, looking at aid.
Yeah, I
Actions.
think I can only help him attack, not dodge an attack. Never mind.
So the 13 hits, only 2 points of damage, but give me another Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, that looks a little
Ooh.
gross, that thing.
It's more green than I like my rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take one of the die from the old tray.
Oh, going for it, huh? Okay.
I'll make this con save at an advantage. Good thing, too. That will be a 17 on the con save.
Pass. Okay.
The other one was I rolled a
Ooh, was it
natural
fail?
4 on the other die.
So this thing bites you, but it doesn't get in. Doesn't get in deep enough to get its disease.
Do I still get my punch in?
Yeah, now it's your turn. I had that him ready to attack when you came in, so.
I swing my fist to the rat's skull. And that will be a 14 to hit.
14 is a hit. So now Golly's just fighting with his fists, huh?
He's just fighting with his fists. Golly the wizard.
So this thing's got you by the ankle. This thing's got you by the ankle, and you're just smashing it.
Yeah, he just smashes down at the skull. And that is 6 points of bludgeon damage.
Oh my god.
Is it still alive?
Yeah, but you just dazed it, that's for sure. It's not biting you anymore.
Then as a bonus action, he's going to try to grapple it. Just grab it by the neck.
Okay.
All right, so is this an athletics?
Versus my...
Either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, so I roll against you. 8.
8.
Oh.
I think that means you succeed in defending.
I say we do a roll off.
All right, we can
Let's
do a roll off.
Roll off? I'm good for it. Roll off. 6.
Natty 19.
Oh.
So he just punches the rat in the head and then just grabs it like in a headlock.
All right.
Roll-offs make grappling cooler. Makes it feel like it lasts longer. You know, like there's
I think Corbin will take his turn at that site for a sneak attack.
Okay.
Oh, and that's at advantage, right? Because all attacks at a grappled.
I can get a crossbow shot off then. Yeah, I'm gonna do
Over
that.
his shoulder?
I'm gonna drop. Yeah, I'm gonna throw my sword down.
Now,
and
being that close with a ranged weapon, do you get disadvantage on that shot?
I think I would only get a disadvantage if I was in his threatened square, or if I was adjacent to the rat. But I'm not. So I still had my short sword out. I'm gonna throw my short sword, pull out my crossbow, and I'm just gonna fire one off with a sneak attack after seeing this happen. Not looking good.
Do you get it? I think you get advantage on a grappled opponent.
Oh,
What was that roll?
that would have been an armor class 12, and this
Yeah, that's
is an
a hit.
armor class 15. Okay.
Yeah, he's just got an armor class
Cool.
12.
Cool. Okay, so this is gonna be pretty cool. So it's gonna be 7 piercing, and then an extra 2d6.
2d6 for a sneak at level 2?
Oh, should it be more?
I think it should be less. I think it's
Just
1d6
1d6?
and then at level 3 or so. I don't know for certain,
right, I'll take
but I
the
think
one.
it starts at 1d6 and then
Either
goes
way,
up.
Okay,
this
an
is going to
additional-
kill the rat. It only
Okay.
had 1 hit point left.
Okay.
You should double check.
I will double check.
So yeah, bling! You hit it with your crossbow bolt, knocking it right out of Golly's hands to the ground. The rat is dead.
Good kill, Corbin.
Couldn't have done it without you.
These dirty rats. One day that one in her hats will be just as big.
You'll need a bigger hat.
Pyewacket is going me 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 me.
Corbin will try to retrieve his 2 bolts that he fired off.
Now I smell like dead rat. And Golly will just brush off his pecs.
Yeah, you get your 2 bolts back, no problem. So now, you guys got this dead body sitting here, and it's positioned right below the hole in the roof.
I wonder if the roof fell on this man.
Uri looks up where he's standing.
Wicca is going to send Pyewacket into the dead corpse's pockets.
Interesting.
And I think, now Corbin can't help but think about that figure that he saw up on the tower now. So I think at this point, now that the group is kind of taken over in this scene, Corbin, I think, is going to sneak out, and he's going to try to do a stealth check and just check around the perimeter of the building, maybe even up on the, how tall is the roof on this?
This is just like a 1-story building.
Yeah, so
maybe the tower goes up 3 stories.
Yeah, so he's going to try to do it stealthy, but just kind of secure the perimeter.
Oh, dude. That's a natural one.
Oh, fuck.
No, it's so rainy and stormy outside, Corbin. When you go out there, it's hard to keep your bearings still with the storm raging on. It's stealthy. Yeah, you're stealthy, but you can't really...
Could I make a case maybe for an advantage because it's stormy for stealth? And night?
I think there's a good case there.
I don't know, the one...
It wouldn't be a 1 if it was an advantage, though,
It's
right?
loud,
All right.
Now,
It's a good argument.
It's easier to sneak up on people in Breath of the Wild when it's raining.
Well, yeah, because it's loud and
Pawacket?
dark.
Is that his name?
Pyewacket's
Pyewacket. Now, he rummages
Her
through
name.
the corpse, her name, and doesn't come back with anything. You guys do see there's a battle axe in the corpse's hands.
That battle axe did him no good when the roof fell on him.
Looking at the axe, you see the name Dodd on it, D-O-D-D,
Ooh.
matching the same name that was on the nameplate on the desk.
Dot is dead, baby.
Yeah, guys, what are you doing with this dead body? Talk to me here.
Wick is looking at her shoulder where Pyewacket is standing and is talking, and she says aloud to Pyewacket, but audible for others to hear. Perhaps the corpse has already been looted.
Well, his axe is still there. He whiskers at you.
But what good is an axe to a thief?
And his bones are still there.
Golly's right.
Golly, you're handsome.
Golly, give me a...
It's
He
a
does
good
He does the
thing.
classic flex and kisses his bicep. No.
Somebody give me a investigation check on this
Oh,
corpse.
gosh.
Well, Wicca is curious. She's going to get closer.
Golly will aid her. Well, which means you get advantage.
Which is a good thing. Which is a bad thing.
He made it worse.
Yeah.
Getting in her way.
10.
10? Yeah, it's easy enough to tell that this is the corpse of a dwarf. And you can assume by the way the body is smashed that it came crashing through this roof to settle here.
So I'm going to look up at Golly and say, I don't so much as think the roof fell on him, but he fell on the roof.
Either way, the roof killed this person. Golly is a very smart wizard.
If Corbin doesn't see anything around the perimeter of the building, he's going to try to climb up on the roof. At this point,
Careful.
Oh, where he fell through?
You'll meet the Dodd
The
fate.
People are
tower,
dying
the
climbing.
tower is in the building attached to us? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I can, now that Corbin's out there,
Imagining sort of like a
A lighthouse with
lighthouse tower and a house
Yeah.
attached.
yeah, your classic Hamlet style.
Yeah, you're Stephen King.
Mhm.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Some Storm of the Century shit going down here.
As long as we're making references. Does that look like an ROUS to anyone from Princess Bride?
It does.
I just
What
watched
is- what is
Princess
it?
Bride
Rats
today.
of-
Rodents of unusual
Of
size.
unusual size.
So this is what you guys are looking at out there. Now, Corbin, as you go to, you're inspecting around, you see Tommen and Boz coming back from the boat.
Right now, he's still kind of fixed on that figure that he saw. I think he's just going to hastily glance around and make sure that we're not stepping into an ambush. He's very paranoid, and if he doesn't see anything on the ground level, he's gonna climb up on the roof. And he was in that room. The hole that he looked up through and saw the figure, he's gonna get up and go to that hole and try to do like just kind of examine the hole from up there. Maybe something got caught up there. Do I need to make a climb check or something?
No, you can crawl up there. It's easy enough for you with your skills. And you get up on the roof, and it actually seems pretty sturdy enough for this body to crash through. You could tell it had to come from the top of this tower to
Looks
come
like he was
smashing through this
pushed
roof.
then.
Yeah, he definitely fell. How? You don't know. I
Cool.
mean,
So as we're coming to the conclusion down below, you're coming to the same conclusion.
yeah.
and
Above.
maybe
You can hear him walking on the roof above
Yeah.
you.
and you might even see me poke my head down. And I think at that point, Corbin might say, I think he fell from the tower.
So as you guys are up there talking through the hole, Tom and Boz return. They're carrying plenty of gear to hole up in the customs office for the night. They've got lanterns with oil, 4 of them, one for everyone if everyone wants one, bedrolls for each party member, food for the night, and they both appear to be completely exhausted. They have failed their Constitution saving throws for that exhaustion check. Boz will strike up conversation with whoever will listen to him.
That's Yuri.
Yuri, I remember this place now, actually. I think we're on the southern edges of the Beragos territory. This is the Pinewood Logging Exports, the PLE. The captain and I stopped in here a few years ago and got a shipment. Hardest hardwood I ever laid me old halfling eyes on, right here in this marina. But even with the Sylvain estates backing them, this place went under and the crew packed up and left. I really couldn't believe it, the quality of the product that came out of here. It never made any sense to me that they weren't making enough money to keep the camp going. Maybe you hear a little bit of this, Corbin, from the roof.
Yeah, I think I might jump down at this point and ask. So, do you know this fella, this Dodd character?
Aye, lad, we knew him. We met him briefly. We didn't know him personally or anything. It was just business.
It seems to me like he's got.
It does appear so, but he was a dwarf. We helped me bury him in the morning. We can't just leave him here to rot like this. And Captain Tommins bends down and picks up the axe. Says, yep, Dodd, right there, Argon Dodd.
Did he have any family? Perhaps they should be notified.
Boz, you remember, didn't he have a nephew here with him? A young nephew? Oh, yeah, that's right, Captain. I think it was a Hadger or a Hedger or something like that. That was his nephew that was here with him.
Perhaps the fella could be in danger. What do you think about maybe exploring a bit?
I mean,
Do we get the idea that this corpse is fresh or old? I don't know if you discussed. Okay.
Like, this didn't just happen. This body's been here for a while.
Wick is gonna say, as much as I love young men, and she's gonna stretch her arms really hard like cats do and pull them in and itch her sides. She's gonna say, I am tired.
I can understand that.
This doesn't seem like a very nice place to rest, but I guess me and Boz can make do resting in here for the night. As you guys come back into that main room, Captain Tommins looks it over and he spots the safe in the southeast corner. And a smile cracks across his face. And he looks over at you, Corbin.
Oh, I tried, and I'm just waiting for the DM to tell me to try it again.
I'll bet you 100 axe heads, Corbin. You couldn't pick a lock like that. I wouldn't even bother, us dwarves and our safes. But the good news is, if Argon Dodd's like any dwarf I've ever met, he's got the key hidden around here somewhere.
You read my mind. Where do you think the old man would have hidden it?
If I remember correctly, he had a cabin close by here, to the marina here. I mean, I'm sure if it wasn't storming outside, we could probably see it.
Well, that's enough of a plot hook for Corbin, anyway. What say the rest of you? Well, I understand should we take a rest?
I will tend to my rat's bites. Rats are always biting, golly.
So you guys go to hunker down here, I guess, for now?
Yeah, I suppose we should call it a night, and maybe in the morning we'll do the investigation.
It's still pouring outside. Not so much high winds and thunder rumbling anymore, but it's still raining outside and getting late into the night. I assume you guys were taking watches. But before morning comes, Wicca, during your watch, everyone's kind of hunkered down in that main room. And I think out of the dry room, you maybe notice out of the corner of your eye, a little green hand comes around the corner. And a little head pokes out. Looks at you. You make obvious eye contact with it. And then the head slowly goes back around the corner and the hand slides slowly back. Like a terribly failed stealth check. Of a little green humanoid.
Wicca is going to she's gonna walk over to Golly, and she's gonna literally stand on his chest and tell him to wake up. Wake up, Golly. Wake up.
What do you want? And he's going to swat his hand like he was batting a fly away.
She's gonna say, little green men, Golly. Little green men.
He sits up. Are they green men? Are they with rats?
No, Golly. Wake the others. Quietly. And as he's waking the others,
Well, Golly will sit there for a second and think, how do I wake the others if I am quiet?
and Wicca is going to quietly go to the dry room. You're talking about the one with the 2 crumbling beds, right?
Yeah.
She's going to head that way, stealth check or whatever, quietly as possible.
So when you peek your head around the corner into the room, you see the windows open. And crouched below it is a little green orc-looking child. The crude spear. You can't tell if it's male or female, but the child's crouched down under the window like it just snuck into the room. And it looks at you, Wicca, and it says, in a broken orc language,
Arukeo Ruby. My name is Ruby.
and we'll see you guys next time.
I can. Damn it.
Hey guys, I just want to thank you for checking us out. We are the Natty 19 podcast, and this adventure here is going to continue on our Patreon. This is actually going to be a Patreon exclusive adventure. So going forward, you're only going to be able to find this at patreon.com/natty19. That's natty19. Now, if this was your first time listening to us, we do have our Tomb of Annihilation storyline going on, and that drops new episodes every Friday night. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. We're out there, man. iTunes, MySpace. I mean, we got a MySpace. What? We have a MySpace? Why the fuck do we have a MySpace? All right, Instagram, whatever. From the bottom of my heart, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.